Oh, good morning to you. Monday morning again. We had a bad old day out there. No bad old day. Everybody's all right. Had a lovely weekend, really. I mean, we had a lovely evening last evening. We went up to Penbenton um, by Julie's cousin, Angela and Philip. It was a special birthday for Angela, and well, all the family there was a fantastic. So we thoroughly enjoyed it. I got to say, it was lovely. Food was handsome. Well, the company was fantastic, music and all. Not that I do a bit of any dancing. I'm too old for that now, but anyhow, thank you, Angela and Philip, for such a wonderful evening. Now, it's James Mills's birthday today. He's a great friend I've known a long time. So happy birthday to you, James. And tomorrow is Gloria Saundry Fernley's birthday. So happy birthday to you tomorrow, Gloria. I hope everything's okay. Keep smiling. Now, I'm doing a little Liz Harmon here today for a lady in Australia, Tony Owen Ed. I said that I would. Her family come from down this way, so I thought, well, I'll just make her feel a bit homesick today. All right, so I'm going to do a Liz Armon here today, and it's called Seven Buns for Sixpence. Wave back, my queen. Look, the green man on the wall is waving at you, and there he was on the wall behind the nurse's hut, his arm raised in perpetual salutation, a smile on his face as he cheerfully informed everyone that the rally bicycle he was riding was the best. Obediently, 4-year-old Elizabeth waved back. Granny sometimes forgot that she was a big girl now and would be going to school in September. Elizabeth didn't want to spoil this day. It was the first time that Granny was taking her on her own to Penzance for Thursday market day. And now here she was, dressed in her best pink tweed coat and bunny wool tam on the fawn and brown bus that ran between Mousehole and Penzance. The black leather seats were so hard and shiny that with wear that it made going down the slopes and around corners rather hazardous and exciting, especially when your feet couldn't reach the floor. When they arrived at the post office in Penzance, Granny took Elizabeth firmly by the hand and told her as they walked up to the terrace to a grocer's shop, "We're going to do the first order, Elizabeth." On the door of the shop stood a wooden box containing a lot of very strong smelling fish. "Oh, that's salt cod fish," commented Granny. "That's for fish and taters on Friday." On top of the box was a black leather malevolent guardian angel and sat a black cat. As Elizabeth went to stroke it, Granny said, "Don't touch it, my love. It's bound to have fleas." Elizabeth didn't really know what fleas were, but she did know that they were not nice. Inside the shop, Elizabeth found herself lifted up on a tremendously high chair beside the counter, while Granny sat on another. On a shelf outside the counter was a row of biscuit tins with glass lids, and as she looked through the lids, Elizabeth could see all sorts of lovely sugary ones, chocolate covered ones, and best of all, pink and yellow wafers. Would Granny buy any of these? The tall chair was a good vantage point from where Elizabeth could see all the shelves filled with tins of pears and peaches, peas and beans, and all manner of foodstuffs. Another section held a vast array of wax polishes, metal polishes, soaps, and cleaning materials. On the counter stood a display case of luxury goods, crystallized fruits, beautiful boxes of chocolates, crystallized violets and rose petals, and marzipan fruits. The selection was mouth-watering. Behind the mahogany counter were shelves containing gaily coloured bottles bearing such names. Although she was only 4, Elizabeth could read, thanks to Granny. One label read White Horse Whiskey, and another Lemon Heart Rum. Oh, that was like lemon barley Mummy would have made you when she was poorly. The funniest name was Dry Fly Sherry. What would that taste? Made out of flies. Well, there was a lovely smell, and Granny said it was bacon and coffee. Elizabeth had never had coffee. Granny was attended to by a very stern looking lady who wore a white overall that was so stiff it looked like it would stand up by itself. She had grey hair pulled back in a bun and wore steel spectacles on her nose. She carried out Granny's orders with brisk efficiency, and Elizabeth knew that she wouldn't dare push a finger under the lid of the enticing biscuit box for fear that the stern lady would frown at her if she did. The pile of groceries piled up, tea in red packets, currants in purple, butter and lard cut off in huge blocks. Flour in a bag marked with Spillers written on it. All these were to be delivered to Newland the next day. With the purchases made and paid for, Granny said, "We'll go to the pork butcher's now and get some hog's pudding for our tea." "You like that, don't you?" Elizabeth was very fond of spicy sausage, especially with HP sauce. Can I have HP with it, Granny? She asked. Of course you can, Granny replied. This purchase completed, they made their way up to Causeway Head, where they stopped at a baker's shop with a notice in the window stating, Market Day Special, 7 buns for sixpence. Choose your own. To Elizabeth's delight, they went in to buy some. Now, as long as we get a Congress tart for Granda, you can choose the others, said Granny. Feeling so important, Elizabeth chose from the buns displayed in the window. Being a little girl with a fondness for pink, she chose as many buns as she could. Are we going home now, Granny? She asked. Oh, no, my love, we're going to the pictures. I'm taking you to the picture dome to see Shirley Temple. Would you like that? Elizabeth felt as pleased as if she had two birthdays rolled into one. Shirley Temple, with her precocious smile, dimples, and massive golden ringlets, was every little girl's ideal. Elizabeth, with the dark brown hair that refused to curl and straight fringe, would never be another Shirley Temple. However, the two of them spent a blissful hour so carried away on the good ship Lollipop. Singing the songs from the film, they made their way back to the Green Market to catch the bus back to Newland. For the journey home, Elizabeth had to sit on Granny's lap because the bus was so full of Thursday market shoppers. Granny had a soft voice, comfortable lap. The light was getting quite dim now, but there was enough to see the green man on the wall. When they got home to Granny's house, they found that Grandad had already laid the table with a clean white cloth, and the kettle was singing on the slab. Granny laid out the buns on a plate, and the two grandparents exclaimed over the excellent choice of buns that Elizabeth had made. Then it was time to go home to Mummy and Daddy to tell them about her trip to Penzance. Later, when she lay in her little bed, her mind a jumble of black cats, green men, fancy buns, and Shirley Temple. Granny came to kiss her good night, and as she hugged her, Elizabeth said, Granny, that was the best day I ever had. Can I come with you Thursday market again? Of course you can, my lover, but you go to sleep now like a good little girl. And with a sigh of contentment, Elizabeth turned over and did just that, dreaming of the next time. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.